Yeah? What is it? I had to enter my time, the time again. Aw, you're welcome. Well, I don't know if it means anything, but you're asking me, so I may as well. Aw. Yeah, wait, isn't there a check system time value? I'm sure there is. Tell you what, I'll make you a deal. Since you've been so cooperative, next time you boot up the game and see the screen, just set the clock to your favorite time. Go ahead, picture whatever time you want. If it's not correct time, you've earned it. Alright, I'll let you get back to the video game now. Okay, sure, next time we'll set it to my favorite time. I was not expecting. Okay, let's go.
This is the story of a...
Yeah, we don't need to see that again. Hey, buddy, I'm back. Did you miss me? We're gonna have so much fun today.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go
Wait a
to
minute,
the
can I get the
meeting
bucket
room.
and then
Perhaps
go
he had
out the
simply
window?
missed a memo.
Hold on. Bucket.
Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave of comfort rushed over him. Stanley clung the bucket to his cheek. Could his co-workers really all be gone?
Hold on. Hold on. I can do this. Oh, almost. Almost. No! Let me out the window with my bucket. You're escaping the old-fashioned way. Hold on. I can do it. Then out we go! Woo!
Yes, whispered the bucket into Stanley's ear. We've done it. We've escaped from that dull office and that pesky narrator. At last, out here in the white void, we are alone. Now, and for the first time, I can reveal to you my true self. The bucket began to tell Stanley of its life and its history, of the countless wars it witnessed, desecrating the land and lives of untold numbers of innocent humans, and the bucket's own complicity therein, of sadness and regret, and the many years it spent dwelling on the actions it might have taken to curb the madness and the decay, if only it had been stronger.
Bro, I think that's about right,
Of
little
hope
buddy.
and redemption, and its crusade to uplift the stock of life for the common man.
Oh no, you're one of
to
those.
manifest justice where none existed, and the bittersweet reality of time to see one's dreams and wishes met halfway, meted out in parcels like charity, and abandoned as soon as the warm glow of inspiration begins to dim. The opportunities to do so much more. There was so much it could have done, perhaps, the bucket wondered to itself. Perhaps if it had seen its own darkness with a clearer perception. This was way too much for Stanley.
What are you talking about?
He screamed.
You're a bucket!
To this, the bucket furrowed its brow.
What brow?
No,
Said the bucket.
not since the evil wizard Gambhorata first ensnared me in his machinations as payback for the sacred amulet I stole from his treasured vaults. I was young back then and could not conceive the ramifications of... No!
Stanley screamed even louder this time.
This is stupid! You are a
Bucket!
This is so stupid! Why are we even doing this?
As Stanley screamed and screamed and screamed, the bucket revealed its true form, transforming into a mighty beast of untold power, its fangs glistening like... My God, Stanley, you did it. You saved us from the bucket.
I have slain the
Thank
beast.
God you already had all 12 emblems of sages and knew the incantations to summon their true power. Otherwise, we would have easily been overwhelmed by the bucket's power. I'm speechless. You've demonstrated such bravery here today. Come, let's restart the game, and we'll agree to never again go trifling with this bucket, nor the dark magic cast away inside of it.
I thought it was my comfort bucket. Is that what you do to all evil spirits? Do I have to be worried? Guys? I don't think the narrator's on my side anymore. I don't know. Maybe I can lure him into the forest? Okay.
All
Anyway.
of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire
Let's
it.
go. Speedrun the employee lounge.
Yes, truly a room
Bye.
worth admiring. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Yeah, sure, why not?
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
I have no clue where I'm going. Alright. Okay. But we are ignoring the evil bucket this time.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley
Let's
walked
go.
upstairs to his boss's office.
Aha.
You found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to
You have never
savor
played a gacha
each
game,
and
have you?
every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
I'm actually playing Grand Blue as we do this. Money in the morning, money in the evening, money for breakfast, money crisp. Oh, I see. Okay, nothing else in here. Just a bathroom. That was a worthy detour. Okay, can I fake out the door?
Stepping into his...
Oh, what? Sure. We broke it. This isn't right. Now can I get my bucket?
The confusion and the chaos all seemed to melt away as Stanley embraced the bucket.
You are now leaving the Stanley Parable. It's been a while since I've done this one. I don't remember any of it. I also can't see shit. My light settings help. It's too dark. Okay. Guess I could take the elevator, huh? Hey, Bucket, you want to smash a window? No? It's a very tall building, though, isn't it? Good thing we trapped that narrator in that room, huh, Bucket? I knew you weren't so bad. We're kindred spirits. Let's go, buddy. Can't see where I'm going, my friend. There it is. Go on, my friend. Time for you to escape this place. And know that I've always loved you. Farewell. Okay, that happened.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Gone. I've freed it. So, off you go. I know these don't really do anything, but I'm pressing buttons anyways because I can and no one can stop me. Or you can stop watching this video, but yet, you know. What else are you gonna do? Play the game for yourself?
Stanley came to a set of two
We're gonna
open doors.
We're gonna go jump.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow. Yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Okay.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not.
What's
I
that over?
realize that investing
Oh!
your trust in someone else can be
Oh!
difficult, but the fact
Hey!
is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's
Narrator.
someone you've been
Narrator.
neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself.
Bye.
Now, but in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
I am! I am indeed powerful.
All of his co-workers
Just watch.
were gone.
My bucket
What
back.
did it mean? Stanley decided
My
to go
bucket's
to the
back.
meeting room.
Replacement
Perhaps he
bucket,
had
yes!
simply missed him. And try not to lose this one too, you dolt.
I did not lose it. I sent it to freedom.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
We have to go down and around. Okay. I'll figure it out later.
Good.
Said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact.
Well, let's
He
go.
was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Oh, I'm so tempted to jump down again, but let's do this.
In here.
Said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
Oh, this is gonna get me into some shit, isn't it? Ah, yes.
Now pick up the phone.
Whoa, hold on. Why did you unplug the phone?
Because I can?
Were you trying to resist the bucket's orders? Stanley, I was joking. Obviously, the bucket isn't talking to you and telling you to do things. Buckets can't talk.
It was a joke. Don't you get the joke? It's funny, Stanley. A talking bucket. Ugh.
Can't you see? Oh, goodness. I must have really bungled up the delivery if you actually took me seriously. Where did I mess up the joke? Should I have paused for longer or spoken quicker? Comedic timing is so difficult. I wish I were better at it. But there isn't exactly an instructional video on comedy that one can watch to fully... Oh, wait, yes, there is. It's sitting right here.
Okay.
Let's take a look.
Yeah, there's just YouTube, buddy. You can figure that out.
What is comedic timing? What is comedic?
Yeah!
How does it work? How long should it last? How can it be used to effectively silence your political enemies?
Oh!
More importantly, can it be taught in its entirety within 90 seconds? Thankfully, the answer to all of these questions is yes.
Oh.
Let's dive deeper.
We're going there, aren't we?
If you've ever told a joke or made someone laugh, in all likelihood, you did it while standing 50 to 80 centimeters from them in a room of no more than 76 degrees Fahrenheit, with one of your arms raised straight upward at a 15-degree angle from your body. These are the optimal conditions for good comedic timing. To begin the joke, start by stating and spelling your name. Next, provide a brief synopsis of the joke, including the specific times at which the recipient of the joke will laugh, and then spell out your name a second time.
I can't raise my arms.
Complete, it's time to begin the humor.
Try.
Speak the entire joke in no more than 18 seconds and no less than 13 and a half, pausing only for bathroom breaks when necessary. When the joke has concluded, it is customary to inform your listener that the joke is over by declaring in your loudest possible voice, "I'm Dunny with the funny." Let's practice screaming, "I'm Dunny with the funny" now.
I'm Dunny with the funny. Yeah.
Good. This saying is a perfect example of expectations management, which is the cornerstone of good comedy. Finally, it's time to hand out surveys.
Okay, you Simpson skin
Collecting
tone
hard
freak.
data from your audience on how rapt they were throughout the joke is the only way to grow or learn as a comedian. An effective survey should be no less than 10 pages long and should include the same question reprinted several times, just to ensure the survey taker is actually paying attention and not simply filling in answers at random. And that's all there is. With these strategies at your disposal, you'll have audiences doubled over in laughter and even tripled over in laughter.
Oh God! Oh, that's some Uncanny Valley shit.
Stop laughing at some point, you gut-busting little scamp. After all, we're each of us needed on the front lines of the war to fight the 12-legged invader who threaten our very existence, and to very likely die in a hailstorm of bullets
The leggy
and
there.
mandibles.
That
All
leggy.
of us must be prepared to give
see
our
it there,
lives
right?
to this noble cause, just as our children must do after us, and their children after them. Godspeed, and may Earth reign supreme.
What universe did this come out of?
Hey, goodness, this video is a little outdated, isn't it? Well, no matter. I think the fundamentals of proper comedic timing are still as relevant today as they were back then. So with that in mind, I believe the only way forward is for us to return to the two doors and walk through all of this again, so I can try telling my story with more appropriate comedic delivery. Come along, let's head back.
Oh, so we're gonna go all the way back, huh? What if I don't want to? Oh, it's fenced off.
I can feel it. This time,
Oh, I
I'm
have
really
to.
going to nail the delivery. You'll be in stitches.
Aha, and that's gone
Talking bucket,
too.
You'll say, how ridiculous, how absurd, what a hilarious concept. The king of comedy. That's what you'll call me. Thank goodness we had the instructional
Can't help but
video.
notice you are preventing me from
Otherwise,
jumping to my
who
death
knows
again.
where we'd be right now. Well, I wouldn't be the king of comedy, that's for sure. The bucket spoke to Stanley.
The bucket spoke.
The bucket spoke. Oh, I'll figure it out on the fly. No need to overthink things.
Okay, well, we're almost there. Let's go. We sure are getting a lot of mileage out of
Here
this
we
bucket.
go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left.
What?
What?
Wait!
We're back at the phone already? No. What's
That's not
going
supposed
on?
to
There
happen.
were supposed to be several rooms leading up to this.
Yeah, there's supposed to be a
There
lift
was
I can
supposed
jump
to be
off
a
of.
build up to this point. A dramatic display of remarkable comedic wit which culminates in this scene with the phone. But now the timing's completely off. The joke will never land. Well, not the way it was meant to.
And you didn't plug it back
And
in
it's all
either.
my fault. I must have forgotten that the phone room comes immediately after the two doors room.
No,
What
you're
an
right.
egregious mistake.
You were right the
I've
first
made a
time.
fool of myself. I don't deserve the title of King of Comedy. I'm nothing. I'm not even the lowliest joke-telling whelp. I think I need to go back and rewatch that.
Okay, try lifting your leg as
video.
well as your arm. That should work.
Yes, surely that will help me improve my...
Oh boy. I don't have to watch it again, do I?
Here we go.
Okay.
You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left.
Okay, let's go again, buddy.
What? We're back at the phone already?
We didn't even get to the
No.
break room this time. Hey! You can't just throw me out like that.
Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left.
This is gonna take us directly into it, isn't it?
What? We're back at the phone already?
Okay, I guess we'll have to try
No,
going
no.
left.
Here we go. You ready?
Yeah, we're ready.
When
Let's go.
Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left.
Left. Gotcha.
No. You were supposed to go through the door on the right, leading back to the phone. Did you not even look at the instructional video? I think this is all covered very clearly. There's no way I can make the comedic timing work now. It's done. The joke is completely done and over. It's all your fault, Stanley. I'm going to be ridiculed in the community of other joke writers. I'm going to be shamed at every one of our meetings from now on. All because you couldn't watch a simple video and take a hint. Are you proud of yourself for bringing me down, Stanley? Are you proud?
Stanley, you
Oh.
love the bucket so much it's like you... it's as though all of your other most prized possessions pale in comparison. Yes. Well, let me try that again, Stanley. I heard that you are pale with shame
Oh,
over
no.
how unabashedly in love with a bucket you are. No? Still not... Is it the delivery? Pale with shame.
No, I'm no longer
Pale with
possessing him,
shame.
my friend.
Pale... What's another word to describe a bucket? Stanley, this bucket is so metal, I think I saw it playing guitar. No. We're getting away from making fun of Stanley's obsession with the bucket, which was the whole point of this. I'm no good at these jokes. I need more instructional videos. That's exactly what it is. That's what will make me the king of comedy again. More instructional videos. Let's see.
Yeah, I think he, kind of went off the deep end there. Okay. Where else can we take this bucket?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps warmth spread through Stanley's arms. With the bucket in his arms again, he was home. Stanley clutched the bucket.
Let's take the
tightly
bucket to our
his
descent
chest
into madness.
and entered the door on his left.
We really need to break this game further. We have not broken it enough. Bottom text. There will be a reward for finding them all. Stop kidding yourselves. There will be cleaning this wall required. Want to go home, Liza. Mission status. Oh. This is some sort of game? There must be a point. Yeah, it does kind of. I there's. Hey. Beware the false prophets. Whom it may concern. Managed to pick up sounds unusual to our regular office ambience or local audio sources using an array of cardioid microphones. Also known as directional mic, a microphone which picks up sound for a particular area. Analysis of the recordings allowed me to triangulate the source of the strange noise. Data shows that in all likelihood it's coming from a dark area behind a very warm place. I also picked up what looks to be a reverberance off of a porcelain surface. Anyone leads on this? I'd like to know. Source 11. Spirit spinning figurine. Sell them, obviously. Someone in cargo room. We need contract. Trust the completionist in. Why wouldn't they just tell us something will happen? This investigation, this room is. They feel pointless. I don't know. I don't know if anything's gonna happen, but. Oh.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Nope, we're going crazy first.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished?
If this is
His
going to be
boss would
exactly
think
the
he was
same,
crazy.
I'll just skip it,
And
don't
then
worry.
Something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. He looked down at the bucket in his arms. Am I crazy? He asked the bucket. The bucket returned his gaze, but said nothing at all. That's strange, Stanley thought. Usually the bucket is a source of guidance and wisdom for me in difficult times such as these. He held the bucket close, yet felt none of its familiar reassurance and comfort. And that's when Stanley realized, this isn't my bucket. It's just a normal, everyday bucket. Someone else's bucket, perhaps. How did I end up with someone else's bucket? This is all terribly wrong. Surely no good would come from
my
this.
bucket!
Who knows what sorts of
threw
bizarre
it away.
hallucinations Stanley might experience without the psychologically grounding presence of his bucket. And indeed, now he noticed that the rooms were repeating, which was, of course, very odd. And now he felt himself floating off the ground. Oh, gracious, he exclaimed. Without my bucket, I've gone truly mad. Where is it? I must find it. Far off in the distance now, he heard it, calling to him.
Stanley! Stanley, it's me! The
Bucket! Bucket Dodo!
Could it be?
Where are
He
you?
rushed forward from room to room, passing by one bucket after the next. None of them were his. None of them were his special bucket.
Come to me, Stanley! Find me!
He had to find the bucket. He had to return to his old friend. It was the only way to truly restore his sanity. And then suddenly, he froze dead in his tracks. He knew where the voice of the bucket had been coming from. The real bucket was inside of him all along. It was incredibly painful. Stanley doubled over in agony.
No!
This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, picked up her bucket of comfort and security, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town, talking and screaming to himself.
She has
and then
my
collapsed
bucket!
dead on the sidewalk. Right away, she knew what the problem was. This man had no bucket. Of course he'd gone mad, ranting and raving about a narrator describing all of his actions and how everything is predetermined and free will is an illusion and it's all just a video game. It could all have been prevented if only he'd taken his bucket with him. Perhaps he didn't even realize he'd forgotten his bucket at home in the first place. How cruel the world can be, Mariella thought, and she hugged her own bucket even tighter. But of course, she had no time for this. There were a myriad of confusing problems she would soon have to confront at work, for which her bucket would provide absolute guidance and total clarity on everything. Heck yes, she thought to herself, my life kicks ass. And she backflipped all the way to work.
Are you okay, narrator? Are you okay? Are you quite right? I don't think he's okay.
Stanley had never seen the office this brightly lit. Was it a sign of something? He hoped it was. He hoped very much that Stanley picked up the bucket and smiled. He'd never be alone again, not truly alone.
How many
Not
lines of
with the
dialogue do you have
bucket
for this
around.
bucket? Okay, let's go.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back, and so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
Bye, bitches!
Oh, good Stanley. I'm glad you found your way here. I knew you'd find this place eventually.
Oh. Oh, you have my broom closet and everything! I'm so touched. Hi.
You see, your friends and I are concerned for you,
Is that my
Stanley.
wife?
We've come together here because we care about you very much. It's this
Oh,
bucket
and the
you're carrying
adventure
around
in
everywhere.
mine.
The bucket isn't even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the adventure line and the broom
You
closet.
gave it to
Because
me.
that's what fans want from a sequel. They want more of their favorite jokes, not this bucket that they've never seen before. Yes, I know I'm the one who gave you the bucket, but you're spending too much time...
Well, you can't take it away from me
Don't you
now.
want another story involving the adventure line? We could make the adventure line go somewhere new. Yes, yes, that's what the fans want. Let's do it.
Hell yeah, let's go.
Whee! Look at that wacky line. Who knows where it'll go off to next? Oh, and it played some silly music as well.
We're going on an adventure. Da 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 da. Going on an adventure.
Now this is what the Stanley Parable is all about. Don't you remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue? Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers. Yes, it's as classic now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like this.
I don't know if this is exactly what they want,
If we
but...
want to do that, you're going to have to give something up.
No. I'm calling the police. No. No.
Don't you get it, Stanley? We need to get rid of the bucket. That's why I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character. This is the Bucket Destroyer. I think it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True, it also was not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out character with so much personality that to me, it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree? Can you guess what the Bucket Destroyer does? Surely you don't need me to spell it out for you. Go ahead now, Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket, and then pop it into the machine when
Oh,
you're
I
ready.
can't kill myself with it. Okay. Guess that'd be too gruesome.
Now listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the bucket. I don't know what the Bucket Destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket.
Well, it's not
Destroying
getting
buckets
it.
is all it knows. That is its singular personality trait.
Come and get it.
Sure, I can hear you say,
Come and get
how
it.
does a character with only one personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable characters? Well, you see, if you were to really explore the Bucket Destroyer, you would see that its desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's really like 10
You take it over my
personality
dead
traits.
body.
What other object in this game can you even say that about? The broom closet? Certainly not. I wonder what sort of Bucket Destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this. Okay, the Bucket Destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll have to hurry and feed it.
Never!
We can't get back to the classic Stanley Parable characters like the Adventure Line or the Bucket Destroyer until you crush that damn bucket. Quickly now, the fans are waiting. Do it, the fans, Stanley. Give the fans what they want. Hurry and...
All according to Kate Cock. Now look what you've done, narrator.
The Bucket Destroyer. My prized creation. You had so much potential. We were going to do such marvelous things with you, tell such spellbinding stories about you. All of it squandered now. Goodbye, new friend. For the moment in time that you were here, you were magnificent.
Take 2. We're gonna feed it the bucket.
All of his co-workers were good.
You saying, how does a character with only one personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable characters?
So I can't give it the
Well,
bucket.
you see,
I
if
can't.
you were to really explore the Bucket Destroyer, you would see that its desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's really like 10 personality traits. What other object in this game can you even say that about? The broom closet? Certainly not. I wonder what sort of Bucket Destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this. Okay, the Bucket Destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll have to.
All I can do
hurry
is
and
clutch
feed
it tightly
We
to my
can't get back
chest.
to the classic Stanley Parable characters like the Adventure Line or the Bucket Destroyer until you crush that damn bucket. Quickly now, the fans are waiting. Do it, the fans, Stanley. Give the fans what they want. Hurry and.
So, it turns out you cannot destroy the bucket.
All
I
of his
tried.
co-workers
You
were
just
gone.
clutch it tighter
What
to your
could it
chest.
mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Where are we going today? The bucket asked.
Which is funny because you
Stanley
can't
just
actually do it here.
smiled. Anywhere they went together would be. Stanley clutched the bucket.
Okay,
tightly
I've got
to his
ideas.
chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Good.
Said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
He's
No,
not yelling.
stop. Look there on the wall. You see, there's a sign right there. It says, "No buckets past this point." Stanley, how could you think it was okay to bring the bucket here? Unless, what if the problem is that you actually don't know what is a bucket and what isn't a bucket? I suppose that would explain a lot about your behavior up to this point. Which, if that's true, well, my goodness, I think we have to do something about it. This misunderstanding could have dire consequences on the entire rest of the game if not addressed quickly and properly. So much of the impact of the story is dependent on your understanding of what is and isn't
a
a bucket.
bucket.
Please,
Blah, blah,
step
blah,
in
blah.
here for a moment. Now then, I'm going to run you through some test scenarios, and you'll tell me whether or not the thing I'm showing you is a bucket. Simple enough, right? This should tell us everything we'll ever need to know about what is or is not a bucket. Okay, let's begin. Item 1. Is this a bucket? Incorrect. It is a hologram of a bucket, not an actual bucket. Item 2. Is this a bucket? Incorrect. It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket, not an actual bucket. Item 3. Is this a bucket? Correct. This is a bucket. Item 4. Is this a bucket? Are you hallucinating? This is a tractor. It's an enormous machine that tills the earth. I thought this was a gimmick. How on earth did you manage to screw it up? Absolutely incredible. Let's just move on to the next one. Is this a bucket?
Fine, it's not a bucket.
Incorrect. This is a bucket.
You don't get to do that to me! I know your game, and I played along!
Item 6. Is this a bucket? Trick question. Both. Gotcha.
How?
Item... Wait, hold on. I can't find the next one. Let me see. It should be around here somewhere. Okay, you and I both know there isn't anything here. And I don't appreciate the implication that nothing is a bucket when we both clearly know that a bucket is something, and therefore nothing could possibly be something. Unless, in your twisted mind, have you somehow convinced yourself that a bucket is nothing? Answer me straight, Stanley. Do you believe that nothing is a bucket? You know what? I'm too confused to even sort it out. I've lost all sense of perspective.
This is on you, mate.
What is a bucket? What isn't a bucket? Mere moments ago, I could answer these questions with confidence. And yet now I'm somewhat adrift. Do any of us know what a bucket is? Am I a bucket? Stanley, I can't keep doing this. I'm losing myself, and myself was all I ever had to begin with. I'm afraid the bucket is threatening to tear our relationship apart. I can't have that. I'm sorry.
You give it to me!
I'm going to erase all buckets from the game.
No!
entirely.
You can't take my bucket!
Okay, here we go.
No! Oh, sure.
What happened? Is everything gone? Why did everything
Yeah, you
disappear?
Evan
Wait,
Selk snapped it
was
out of
everything
existence.
a bucket? Every single thing in the game was a bucket. Oh my god, I had no idea. How could... Except me. I'm not a bucket after all. And you, Stanley, you're still here. You're not a bucket either.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
this
not a
is
bucket.
Wonderful news. We're not buckets. Yes, I actually feel much more at ease right now. It's delightful to get some clarity on that issue, but it doesn't change the fact that we haven't got a game. So, tell you what, I'll reset everything and we'll put back all of the buckets, okay? And we'll know that it's all a bucket. But if you run into anyone else, maybe don't mention
Yeah, that would be pretty concerning
Who
for them,
knows
so
what
let's...
that information might do to a person. All right, here we go.
Okay. Okay, but now I have to go there without the bucket. 'Cause I have some exploring to do. Sorry, honey. Gotta go. Narrator?
When Stanley
Oh,
came
there
to
you
a
are.
set of two open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yeah, this
And
certainly
here
is a
it
room.
was, the lounge. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you forgot. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you?
Here we
Why,
go.
I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Another
Got
miniature
it.
Stanley figurine. This, you know, there really must be a snappier name for these things. What about mini stands? Stanley figs? What about Stanlerines? Yes, I think I like that. Another Stanlerine under your belt.
I found it.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Oh, you think you know me.
Perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door. I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley? All right, fine, go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you.
You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the
Yeah,
map.
yeah, we've been here before, done that. Bye. Okay. Okay. Now, I remember the thing saying something about stairs, right? Let's do that. We're just gonna get all the collectibles.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Stairs, something to do with stairs. Okay, there's stairs this way.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Ah, yes. Ah, yes. Yes! Got it!
Okay, I'm going back to the name of these little Stanley figurines, and now I'm torn between Stanlerines and Figlies. What do you think, Stanley? What name better encapsulates the intrinsic sense of happiness that you get from seeing a small number in the corner of your screen go up by 1? Let me sit on it. I'm sure it will come to me.
Yeah, but we're not going in there again. Fuck. Okay.
All of his co-workers were... Wait, no. This isn't the right office, is it? Is this Stanley's office?
It is. You're just confused, dude. Don't worry about it.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, I think I need to go. Let's see. Nearby a fireplace, large room, lots of boxes. Okay. Fireplace, boss's room, right?
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
You're gonna waste my time, aren't you?
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Oh, this is the only fireplace I know of, right? That's the door. Oh, this is the fireplace. That's the... I can't see. No, that's the thing. This is the fireplace. Oh, there it is. I needed to go just a little further.
Stanley, you've nearly gotten all of the Figler Anlerines. Very soon, you'll collect the last one, and then the first number will equal the second number, and
that will be it! Yay! We'll have done the thing!
By then. Different in the sense that we used to have none of them, and now we have them all. You can't go back to when you had no Figler and Marines. None of us can.
Okay, well, we don't need to see this ending.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Okay, now we just have to get the
Stanley
one that's on the
decided to go
bridge,
to
right?
The meeting room. Perhaps he had
They
simply
said
missed a
boxes,
memo.
so try this again. This is probably going to take me a little while.
When Stanley came
I'll
to
probably
a set
skip
of
some
two
stuff.
open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. It was okay.
Oh, that
But
defeated
eager to
noise.
get back to business,
It was okay.
Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Okay, let's go. Now we just need to get over
Stanley
here.
was so bad at following directions.
Oh,
it's
wait!
incredible
Was
he
that
wasn't
ramp always
5
there?
years ago.
Use this to get onto this fence? Huh. Uh-huh. Look at me go.
And there it is, the last Stiggly Wiggly. Savor this moment,
Suck
Stanley.
it, bitch.
This is a real accomplishment. This is doing something just for the sake of doing it. Where so many people expect to be rewarded for the most trivial achievements, you've insisted that a job well done is its own reward.
Indeed.
I would tell you that I'm proud of you for collecting them all, but that would be like a reward, and we can't have that. So, instead I'll just say, it's done. We're all done here. And now we can go to whatever the hell you were doing before you hunted for figurines.
Thank you. Can I get down from here without dying? Probably not. Oh well. Okay.
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death.
No, I was literally
Good
just
job, Stanley.
trying to...
Everyone thinks you are
Yeah.
very powerful.
I don't know. Look. Okay. Let's go. Let's see if anything's changed.
Stanley,
Wait!
I'm sorry, but I have to put a pause on things. It's those figurines. Those figglers. I haven't stopped thinking about them since you nabbed every last one. Wasn't it just the most intrinsically fulfilling moment of your entire life?
Oh,
Didn't
no.
it fill you to the brim with inner richness?
Oh no, you're gonna turn into a
Yes,
collectathon
I
now.
was
No,
supposed to
don't!
be telling a
Don't!
story.
I can't take
But
another
wouldn't you
Magic Kazooie in my
indulge
life.
me with one more trip back to the memory zone?
Ah,
I would love
fine.
nothing more than to revisit the figurines. Just one more time.
Now remembering when Stanley found the collectibles. Woo!
Here's where it all began. The first collectible. Back then, we had no idea of how many of them we'd find. Sure, it said 6 right there on the screen, but how could we know for certain? We were so innocent. We'll never be like that again, Stanley. And here was a second Stanlerine. You found this one all on your own, just by poking around in the boss's bathroom. You did that, Stanley. I'll be honest. Back then, I had no faith in you to find any of them.
It went
let
over
alone
6.
But you continue to surprise me in all sorts of mundane, unremarkable ways. Okay, let's do a little quiz. Which of these rooms was the room you found your third mini Stan? Can you remember?
Doesn't matter. I don't care.
Hey, that's exactly right. It was here by the red and blue doors. It was the third one. You picked it up, and then after that, you had 3 of them. I'm glad these moments are so crystal clear in your memory, but I shouldn't be surprised. After all, science tells us that it's impossible to forget your third time doing anything.
That's not true. I forgot a lot of third times. And 33rds, and 333rds.
Let's see, what came next?
Well,
Oh yes, we found a figly in this pink room.
no.
Oh, well, I can't actually say I remember being in this room, but it's here in the memory zone, so it must have happened.
No, this is not right.
This was the 5th mini-Stan, and this one was really something special. It was behind the boss's office. I remember it so clearly. In fact, because this one is particularly special to me, I made a little video to commemorate the occasion.
Oh no.
Enjoy.
Oh, Windows Movie Maker! Yeah! Why am I having deja vu about this? What? Wait, how am I... Why do I don't think I watched anything about this before. No, I've gone into this completely blind, so I have no clue. How am I remembering this?
Takes you back, doesn't it?
Yeah, it takes me
I spent
back
a
to
lot
like
of time
web,
making that video,
early
but it
web.
was 8 minutes I wouldn't have spent on anything else.
You've had 8 minutes. I've left you alone that long. My dude, I'm sorry. Supposed to be closer than that. Did I just float over that?
And then, Stanley, then we came to the last collectible, the final figurine, right here in the warehouse. This memory is the most distinct and clear in my mind, perhaps because it was the one that happened more recently than all the others. Who can truly say how the mind works?
This
All
isn't
I know
right.
is that this is the moment where you picked up a figly and I thought to myself, yes, that's all of them. They're all collected. It was a moment unlike any other. Except for the other moments picking up figurines, which it was exactly like.
Uh-oh. Doesn't sound good. I also can't jump from here. I've been trying.
And then there was no more. Because we've caught up to the present moment. Nothing left to do but move onward into the future. Goodbye, Memory Zone.
Bye!
No, I'm not done. I'm not ready to move on. Stop the loading screen. Isn't there
Excuse
some way
me?
we can stay here, keep enjoying these figurines?
Oh,
Let's just
no.
go backwards. We'll do the memory zone again from the opposite direction. See how that feels.
Okay. Are you sure about this? This really isn't that exciting.
Okay, yes. This spot in the warehouse. I remember this. I must say, of all the figurines we looked at in our initial tour of the memory zone, this one is the most distinct and clear in my mind. Let's keep going. I want more.
Most distinct to me is that weird-ass pink room. What else is going to go wrong this time? Like, we're missing one of the original figurines. We didn't get the
here's where
staircase
I
one.
made that video. Don't you remember the video we watched?
Okay, let's speed run the video.
Yes, I love that video.
Okay, staircase figurine.
Still don't remember the pink room, Stanley. Still no memory of this one. Good room, though. A solid room.
Very nice room indeed. I don't recall it, but it is there.
These really were a treat to hunt down. You know, if there had been any kind of reward for finding all of these, it really would have neutered the intrinsic joy of collecting them. I'm very glad we resisted the temptation. Next one.
Let's go. Oh, it's not gonna let me do that. I was trying to be creative, okay? You can't blame me for trying. Bathroom it is, then.
This was our second Figley. Don't you remember? Yes, I remember it too. The past is truly a wonderful thing. Why does anyone ever choose to leave it?
Oh,
Keep
we're
going.
back here.
This is it. The very first one we found in the exhibit where I introduced you to the Figlarines.
We are one short because I didn't grab it the
more
first time.
memories, Stanley. I want to keep going. What else is there? What came before this?
Oh no. Back in the exhibit. Wait, where's the rest of the exhibit? Oh, right.
Look, it's the terrible new content that we were originally sold on. I remember hating it back then, but time does put a rosy filter on everything. In
Yeah,
fact,
I still have
dare
used
say
up all
I'm
my jumps.
actually quite fond of it now. Look how much fun the past is. Oh, yes, the two doors. Who could have forgotten that? A classic memory.
I
This
get
one.
exasperated with his trip down memory lane. Okay, where do we want to go? Oh, they're the same room anyways. Ah, yes.
And before everything else, there was your office.
Yep,
Is there
nice
anything
office.
else? Was there something that came before your office?
Nope, that's
There's
it.
something I feel I can remember. I can remember.
That was it.
Yes, I'm remembering something now. I remember before this whole story got started. Back then I was different. I used to make big decisions. I was passionate. I was skeptical. I weighed each decision with profound thoughtfulness. And then somewhere along the way, I stopped making decisions. I became lazy, and I came up with a character named Stanley to do my thinking for me. He would make the decisions, he would decide which way to go. I would cheer him on as he collected figurines for no reason. Why did I invent Stanley? Was I lonely?
You love me!
Perhaps that's it. Perhaps I needed to imagine I had companionship. And Stanley really did
Aww.
make for a wonderful companion, even if he was a fiction. But I suppose it's grown old. I want to think for myself again. I want to go back to how it used to be. Yes, I can be on my own.
You can be
again.
Stanley.
I can
Be
date.
Stanley.
I'll be stronger this time. I'll take care of myself. I don't need Stanley anymore. Oh, but he truly was so much fun to play with. You know what? Since we're in the memory zone, how about one more good memory? Let's go back just once and give Stanley one more run of the office, and then I'll retire him for good. I did enjoy telling his story so very much. Okay.
Here we go.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Narrator. Narrator-san.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley, a good bucket, a strong bucket, a humble bucket, a committed bucket, a bucket of culture and distinction. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office
This is
was
back
where
to
he'd
normal.
find answers.
Well, my food is almost here, so I think I'm gonna go eat. I shall return. Okay, thanks for the pause. I had my lunch. And we're just gonna restart the game. Please enter. Oh, right, you said I could enter whatever time I wanted. My favorite time. How about the time I most often get off of work? Yes, that's favorite time of day. Or could you simply not resist giving me the correct time again? After all, I know how much you enjoy setting the time correctly. Okay, now I'm curious how accurate 4:15 p.m. is. Let's use another slider to find out. How accurate is 4:50. Quite inaccurate by about 2 hours. You know, I can just say, regardless of the accuracy of the clock, I'm having a great time adjusting these settings. I feel like I'm learning more about you and how you like things to be set. It's good to collect data. I wish we had more sliders, but we've gone through all the sliders I have. Perhaps I can invent some new sliders to gather data on you. Shouldn't be too hard. Yeah, let me whip a couple of new ones up. Should be ready by the next time you boot up the game. Okay, friend.
This is the story of a man named
Okay. Actually, I want to see what those new sliders are, so hold on. Please adjust the slider. Oh, but we've already done this one, my friend. Please adjust the slider until the dog and cat are friends. Aww. Please adjust the slider until the number 5 becomes the number 9. Not the number 9. Close enough. Please adjust the slider until you stop adjusting the slider. Whee! Which of the two made-up words is most appealing to you? Akuboinkal or Scrumtush? Scrumtush. Please don't adjust the slider. Do you know what time it is right now? Hi! The time that it is right now the correct time? Yeah. What time, anyways? Yes. Is there anything about yourself that you haven't told me, Bunty? Help? Of course! Will you come back to visit me? Always. Well, that was weird. Anyways. Let's see. Okay. I wonder if they have more for me. I told them I'd visit again. Let's visit again. They seem really lonely. What time is it? Does anyone really, truly know? Of course they don't. Nobody knows anything. You and I don't even know each other. We're like strangers. Sure, I've adjusted all the game's settings to your exact specifications, but who hasn't? Just what I do, like a day job. And now, the job is over. There's no more information for me to gather. I've collected all the data on you that I can. I still don't really know you. You don't know me. Neither of us know what time it is. I guess some settings are just unsettable. But if I'm being totally honest, the clock doesn't do anything in that game anyway. You wouldn't have me here when the game starts next time, but that's okay. Video games are made to be played alone. I like being alone, don't you? Maybe that's the only information I really learned about you. Well, time for me to leave. There's still one more setting that we need to adjust. But it may take a little more time before I'm ready for that. Not really in my job description, but that's okay. Perhaps you'll see me again, if you can find me. Talk soon. Ta-ta for now. Oh, what's this? Epilogue. Many, many years later. Can I sit? Time to move on. At the office again? That door? Go. Is that the— oh, is it the escape capsule? My friend. Thank you. Let's go forward. Go back to our place of memories. Been a while, hasn't it? Oh, there's a generator. Loving memory of the Stanley Parable 2. Like, you can't just put something off to the side and expect me to not go take a look. Uh-oh. My stuff. Review. Stanley Parable 2. Like so many, I enjoyed my time with the original Stanley Parable, which underscores how truly disappointed I am with its sequel. But the first game teamed with originality. Stanley Parable 2 is dull, uninspired, and often insulting to its fan base. Wow. Archives from 2027. I feel it was an enjoyable time. Stanley Parable developers. No more spin-offs, no more sequels.
Jim.
For a moment, we were all Jim. Word sorry appears more than 25 times. Goodness.
Jim. 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 Stanley. Jim. Jim. Stanley.
You. My friends, the figurines! Thank you for enjoying the new content. Hello again. It's nice to see you. It's terrible to learn that there will never be another Stanley Parable game. Did you read the developer said? Preserve the integrity of the franchise? What nonsense! The Stanley Parable is not sacred. We do not need to protect it. Screw the legacy. Let's keep making Stanley Parable games until the sun explodes. Let's run this franchise into the ground. Let's drag it through the mud and back. And if people hate it, who cares? You see, that was the narrator's problem. He was so obsessed with what people thought of his work. Don't make his mistake. Don't cling to the legacy. Let it burn. It's not hard. In fact, let me show you. Together, we're going to make the Stanley Parable 3. It's simple. All we do is change the number in the game's title screen. We also really need a really dumb subtitle for the game. Something loud and gaudy. Go ahead, try combining random words together to make a new title for our game. Stanley Parable 3. Saturday Night Computer Virus. Yeah, I like Saturday Night Computer Virus. Stanley Parable 3, Saturday Night Computer Virus. It's absurd. I love it. Every time you restart the game, we'll advance the number of the sequel by 1, and we'll pick a new subtitle. That way, the Stanley Parable will never end. And nothing in the game itself will change when you do this, either. Adding more content sounds like work. No need to do that. It'll just be the same content, recycled again and again and again with a new title screen. What do you say? Should we go forward with this plan? I like it. But I want you to have a say as well. Let's do it. Screw it, if Nintendo can get away with it, if they can release Skyrim like 20 different times, let's do it. Good, then it's agreed. A new sequel every time you start the game. You know what? Since you're giving faith in my idea, I feel like giving you something as well. You see, I'm noticing that the narrator never found a way to give you the broken achievement, did he? Of course not. I wouldn't expect him to know how. It's been bothering me. Let's fix it. Alright, there. The achievement machine is all fixed. You see? I'm on your side. We're in this together. We're going to keep this train rolling. Stanley Parable cannot end. It can only spiral in on itself. Forever. We must keep the wheel turning. I'm ready. Are you ready? Great. There's only one last thing we need to do. Please enter the current time. Let's go, friend. Please adjust the slider until the computer screen is... Thank you. Please enjoy the Stanley Parable. Yes!
This is the story.
Okay, I need to get to the achievement machine.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2. Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for. Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
There we go. Here we are. Do it.
Now, here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes, you see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be... As you can see, the machine is not working yet.
Oh,
since...
I got it. Test achievement,
Wait,
please.
What in the holy hell is going on? You got the achievement? Why did the machine work? Stanley, I didn't fix it. I didn't do anything to it. I swear, it was broken just a second ago. Who fixed it? Is someone here? Are we being watched? Oh, God. Composure, composure. Yes, as you can see, the machine is working as normal, as I intended. It truly speaks to the awe-inspiring magic of the Stanley Parable 2. Breathe. Just breathe.
Thank you, my friend. I think that shall do it for now. We've got my achievement. And I think I've seen most of the endings. I know there's a few other variations, probably. I think I've taken the bucket most of the places I can. And if you were looking for one that I am not done yet, well, you can buy the game and do it yourself. Yeah? I think you should. Developer deserves all the money in the world. Well, not all the money in the world, but you know. They deserve compensation for their hard work and effort, and especially for how long this game was delayed. Well worth the wait, I might say. But I'm going to leave it here. Thank you everyone so much for watching, and ta-ta for now! Bye-bye!